Friends, welcome to this audio, where we're going to talk about something that can completely change the direction of your life, disciplining your mind, that is, discipline your mind. Just look at yourself honestly for a moment. How many times has it happened that you made a big plan from the heart, took a firm vow for a fresh start, but within a few days, your old habits came right back? You sit down to work, and within 5 minutes, your phone, notifications, random thoughts, or someone's message pulls your focus away. Inside, one voice says, "You can achieve so much," and right next to it, another whispers, "Forget it, we'll see later." This inner battle is the real subject of this book. Discipline Your Mind starts from the idea that your mind can either become your most loyal ally or your most dangerous enemy. When the mind runs without control, it traps you in overthinking, fills you with fear, justifies laziness, and keeps you stuck in the same old comfortable but unproductive life. But when that same mind becomes disciplined, it is the same mind that can wake you up in the morning, keep distractions away, and remind you of your goal even in tough times. Think, if your mind is currently on autopilot mode, then who is really running it? Your emotions, like anger, fear, sadness, comparison, or your old habits, like procrastination, endless scrolling, or pointless arguments. The first promise of this book is exactly this. You can take your mind out of autopilot and bring it under conscious control. That means, from now on, you decide what to think about, where to focus, which thoughts to ignore, and in which direction to channel your energy. Learning to observe your thoughts. On this journey, the book teaches you how to start observing your thoughts like a neutral observer, so that when a negative thought arises, "I won't be able to do it. This is beyond my capacity. I'm not in the mood right now," you don't blindly accept it and get carried away. Instead, you catch it and ask, "Is this thought helping my growth, or is it holding me back?" Slowly, you begin to realize that thoughts are not you. Thoughts are just signals, and the power to accept or reject that signal lies with you. Then comes the topic of willpower and mental toughness. This book doesn't just say, "Just be strong," but shows that your everyday small choices, like getting up and working now versus lying down for 5 more minutes, eating healthy versus junk food, keeping notifications off versus constantly checking your phone, these very decisions build or break your willpower muscle. Just as muscles grow with exercise in the gym, your mental discipline also grows with every small moment of self-control. Every time you choose long-term benefit over instant pleasure, you send a signal to your mind. Now the control is in my hands. Practical, not just philosophy. The tone of Discipline Your Mind is not a heavy philosophical lecture, but more like a practical friend reminding you that dreaming is easy, but disciplined action is what turns those dreams into reality. It clearly says, if your life feels like a hamster wheel, you're running hard, but not really getting anywhere. The problem is not lack of talent, but lack of controlled action. And controlled action starts with the mind. How many times you get back up after falling, how much pain you endure while staying focused on your goal, and how many times you ignore, "I'm not in the mood," and still complete the work. The book's introduction gives you a tough but honest question. Are you the architect of your life, or just a spectator waiting for the right moment? If the answer is the second one, then this journey is for you. In the coming chapters, you'll learn how to turn stress from an enemy into an ally, how to develop focus and patience, how to slowly break the fear of failure, and how to build daily habits that make you a little stronger, clearer, and more focused every day. If this feels familiar, so, if you also feel that your own mind sometimes becomes the biggest wall in your path of growth, and you truly want to break that wall and create a new direction for yourself, then Discipline Your Mind is not just a book for you, but a training manual. In this audio series, we'll understand every important idea from this manual in simple language, with real-life examples, so that as you listen, you don't just feel motivated, but also learn a new way to deal with your mind. Now take a deep breath, and get ready to begin this journey of disciplining your most powerful asset, your mind. Chapter 1. Your Mind, Your Greatest Battlefield. Imagine, your entire life is a battlefield, and its biggest arena is not outside, but inside your own mind. Chapter 1 makes this clear. The real fight is not with money, relationships, or circumstances, but with your own mind. When the mind is scattered, lazy, or filled with fear, no matter how many good opportunities come your way, you won't be able to grab them. When the mind is disciplined, even a small opportunity can take you very far. In this chapter, the first big point is that right now, your mind is mostly living in reactive mode. Someone says something and you get angry, a little fear appears and you back off, a bit of boredom hits and you open your phone. In short, control is in the hands of external things. The author makes it clear that until you train your mind, it will always choose comfort, instant pleasure, and the easy path. This is where discipline becomes necessary. To put a pause on your thoughts, emotions, and reactions, and consciously decide how to respond. After that, Chapter 1 confronts you with a brutal truth. You and your mind are not the same thing. You are the observer. The mind is your tool. As soon as you start observing your thoughts with a little distance, is this thought taking me forward or pulling me back? That's where mental discipline begins. At first, it will feel like your mind is running away from control, but this very practice will later become your greatest strength. This first chapter basically sets the foundation. If you want to change your life, you first have to make your mind your servant, not let it remain your master. Chapter 2. Step out of autopilot. Chapter 2 talks about that autopilot mode, in which most people spend their entire lives. From the moment you wake up to the time you sleep, the same old habits, the same reactions, the same excuses, and at the end of the day, only one question remains. Didn't do anything special today. This chapter shows how your mind, without thinking, keeps repeating old patterns. Bored. Pick up the phone. A little stress. Procrastinate. A little fear. Make an excuse. Here, the author explains that the first step to coming out of autopilot is awareness. That is, a few times during the day, ask yourself, am I consciously choosing this, or am I just moving on habit? As soon as you start noticing that you're scrolling without need, arguing pointlessly, or delaying work, that's when the choice returns to you. This chapter teaches you that pausing and observing in every small moment is the practice of discipline, and the more times you break autopilot, the more your mind will start coming under your control. Chapter 3. Train your thoughts. Become an observer. Chapter 3 gives you the most powerful tool, observing your thoughts like an observer. Right now, your mind runs like a wild monkey, jumping around, bringing negative thoughts, old memories, and pointless worries. But here the author says, you are not the thought, you are the one who is watching the thoughts. As soon as you notice a negative thought, I will fail, this is beyond me, everything is just luck, simply label it. This is just a thought. Don't judge it, don't argue with it, just notice it and let it go. Slowly, this practice gives you the power to decide which thoughts to keep and which to ignore. This chapter also gives a daily practice. Sit for 5 minutes in the morning, focus on your breath, and whenever the mind wanders, notice it and gently bring it back. At first, it will wander 10 times, but with practice, the mind will become calmer and more focused. By becoming an observer, your mind rises above automatic distractions and emotional reactions. Chapter 4. The willpower muscle. Strengthen it with small steps. Chapter 4 explains that willpower is not magic, but a muscle that grows stronger with daily practice. Right now, you feel willpower is weak because you try to make big changes and then fail. But the real method is the opposite. Start with small wins. For example, today, study for just 2 minutes, tomorrow, 5 minutes, then 10. Or keep your phone notifications off for 1 hour. Every time you choose long-term gain over instant pleasure, your willpower muscle grows a little more. At first, it will feel very hard, but after about 21 days, it becomes an automatic habit. This chapter gives a challenge. From today, choose one small rule: 5 minutes of meditation as soon as I wake up, or phone on silent before starting work. Every successful day will give you proof that control is in your hands. Small wins are the seed of big transformations. Chapter 5. Turn fear and distractions into friends. Chapter 5 deals with the biggest enemies: fear, procrastination, and distractions. The author says, don't fight them like a war. Instead, understand them and bring them under control. Fear will come, I'll fail, people will laugh, but now change your response. Fear has come, fine, still I'll take the next step. For distractions, the rule is simple. Before starting work, clear your environment, phone on silent, notifications off, and set a small goal. For procrastination, use the "just 2 minutes" trick. As soon as you start, momentum builds on its own. This chapter practically teaches that fear will always be there. But now it won't be able to stop you, because your trained mind will say, acknowledge the fear, but don't let it stop action. From this, you'll start feeling unstoppable. Chapter 6. The Power of Focus and Flow. Chapter 6 explains that the real strength of a disciplined mind is its deep focus and ability to enter flow. When you step out of distractions and fully immerse yourself in one task, your productivity reaches its peak. This flow state is what gives you extraordinary results. The author explains that the practice of focus is built through small, everyday steps, limited use of social media, giving up multitasking, and taking intentional breaks. To enter flow, sit down, put all your energy into one task, and postpone everything else. This chapter shows that with continuous attention and single tasking, your mind becomes so sharp and powerful that all difficulties start feeling easy. Flow state is the reward of a disciplined mind, and learning to catch it is essential. Chapter 7. Stay strong for the long term, sustainability. Chapter 7 tackles the biggest challenge. Motivation comes quickly, but how do you keep discipline going for years? The author says, avoiding burnout is crucial. Don't try to be perfect. Be consistent. Here, balance is key. Work with rest, hard days with easy days. Do a weekly review. What work was done? Where did you slip? Celebrate small wins, and avoid guilt. Discipline is a marathon, not a sprint. This chapter teaches practical habit stacking. Link a new habit with an old one, like having coffee after going to the gym. This reduces the mind's resistance. Long-term discipline is what makes life unstoppable. Chapter 8. Learn from failure, the magic of resilience. Chapter 8 deals with the toughest test, failure. The author says, a disciplined mind is not one that never falls, but one that gets up immediately after every fall. Failures test your mind. Will you play the blame game, or will you extract a lesson? Here, the formula to build resilience is, after every failure, ask 3 questions. What went wrong? What will I do differently next time? How will this make me stronger? Don't blame outside. Take ownership. Slowly, your mind will start seeing failure as an opportunity. This chapter gives a challenge. Next time a plan fails, don't drown in guilt or shame. Instead, analyze it in your notebook and plan the next step. This mental toughness is what makes you unstoppable.